I'm very pleased to be here at this launch, and I'm absolutely certain that Anne-Marie is the front runner in this campaign. There's no doubt about that in my mind. And the reason I come to that conclusion is, well, I'll give you two examples. For example, I did a poll on my Twitter account, and I listed the 4 known candidates for the leadership, and I had 777 votes, which is quite a substantial vote, and 84% said they're going to vote for Anne-Marie, which is remarkable. And the other candidates, none of them got over 10. Even the deputy leader, Peter Whittle, got less than 10. Now, not all those on Twitter members of UKIP, but that is an indication. It shows the mood that's in the country. And the other thing is that if you look at Anne-Marie's Twitter account, Facebook, etc., on Twitter she's got 50,000 followers. 50,000 followers. It's amazing. Now, again, if you look at Peter Will, deputy leader, he's got less than 10,000. You know, so again, another indication of where the mood is and where the support is. And the reason I think that Anne is the front runner is because she's an amazing character. She's charismatic, she's brave, she's fearless, and she's willing to say things which other people wouldn't say. And that's what UKIP should be all about. Yeah. In recent times, UKIP has got too soft, to move too to the middle, and it's lost its mojo, really, and it's about time we got it back. And I think with Anne, we're going to get there. I think, sadly, there's been too much sniping in the party already. That the leadership seem to want to do anything they can to stop Anne, which is awful. We've seen a couple of MEPs who've been sniping and calling names like children, really like children, calling people names. And when you actually say to them, well, okay, you say that she's this and that, where's the evidence? You know, how do you back that up? There comes nothing. There comes nothing. There's no support to their name calling. Now, what I would say to the other candidates is stop all the name calling. Let's have proper hustings. I suspect that the other candidates probably won't debate with Anne, but they should be debating with Anne. That's what democracy is about in this party, surely. That we should have a proper debate. We should listen to all the candidates. Should not name call, and at the end of the day, we have a vote, and whoever wins wins, and we support the leader. That's how it should be in a democratic party. And sadly, like with this meeting's had to be moved because of people really doing silly things, and that shouldn't happen. Shouldn't happen at all. And the other point I want to make is that with UKIP, obviously we've gone through a bad time. The general election was poor result for us, but we were always going to be squeezed at the general election, and that made it difficult. But there is a place for UKIP, because UKIP actually, UKIP's got to be the party that speaks for people of the United Kingdom where other parties don't speak for them. And if you look at the areas where the other parties, I don't mean one or two of the other parties, I mean all the other parties are not speaking for the United Kingdom. They're not speaking for them at all. For example, on the issue which Anne is rightly puts to the forefront, radical Islam. Nobody in the other parties is speaking about that at all. If you look at Brexit, for example, yes, we voted for Brexit a year ago, but already the Tory government is backsliding on that. And what we've got to be doing as UKIP is saying, right, no divorce fee, we're not going to pay any divorce fee. Why on earth should we? There's no point at all. Why the government has just announced that EU citizens living in the UK after Brexit will still continue to draw benefits. That is absolutely crazy. It's going to cost us billions. And what's going to happen after Brexit is that kids in Poland are still going to be paid child benefit. Now that can't be right, can it? But what other party is objecting to that? No other party is objecting to that, and that's what UKIP should be doing. They should be objecting to things like that. And on foreign aid, no other party says let's cut foreign aid and let's use those billions, and it's 13 billion in total. Let's use some of that money to fund the NHS, to fund social care for the elderly, to fund the schools. That was part of our manifesto for the general election. It's very sound, sensible policy. The vast majority of the people in this country would agree with that, but no other party represents that view. Well, that can't be right either. So there is a path for UKIP to get far more popular than it is now, and we've got to keep putting forward those policies. And I've no doubt that with Anne as leader, that she'll come forward with her brave approach to all these issues, and she'll put those forward to the British people, and she will gain momentum. She's already gaining unbelievable momentum. That momentum will build as this campaign builds, and once she is leader, she will lead UKIP forward to a great new beginning. And I'm full confidence in Anne, and I fully support her, and she is the next leader of UKIP.